Southlake is located perfectly between Dallas and Fort Worth. It's only 10 minutes from the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and so the location is just phenomenal. So the second pro of living in Southlake, Texas are the beautiful neighborhoods. Many of these neighborhoods are in the cross timbers, which means it's a section in North Texas with large trees, heavily treed areas, and in the neighborhoods here, they typically have larger lot sizes, so you're not like all scrunched in like in Frisco, Texas. Southlake started booming building custom homes in the late 90s and early 2000s, and many of the builders wanted to keep the trees, and so some of these homes, they're just completely shaded in the hot summertime.
The third pro for Southlake is all of the amenities. It's so convenient. I love convenience, y'all. But the town square especially has all the shopping you need. You have Central Market across the street. You have all the dining that's here, both in the town square as well as all over Southlake. You don't have to go anywhere else for dining options.
The shopping's great. I love the shopping here. Having Town Square right there with all my favorite stores is awesome. I no longer have to go to downtown Dallas to find Lululemon or Aritzia or Sephora or lots of just big name stores that a lot of smaller cities don't really have. Town Square has been a great thing to have, and as well as all the shopping on Southlake Boulevard. I feel like there's a lot of different options for everybody.
The fourth pro are the schools. Southlake Carroll is consistently among the top in the state of Texas, and every school has an A rating by the Texas Education Agency.
One of the reasons Southlake ranks number one year after year is, first off, this is an affluent city. The families really value education, as you can tell from the very high percentage of persons with a bachelor's degree or higher at 73%, compared with, say, 65% of Frisco.
The fifth pro for living in Southlake, Texas, the parks and recreation. Here I'm at Bicentennial Park, which is my favorite park, the one that I brought my kids to while they were growing up, and the one that many young families still do today. I love it because it's fully enclosed, one way in, one way out. You can let your kids run while you chitter-chatter with the other moms. But there's also pavilions here, other parks, ponds, tennis courts, baseball and soccer fields, plenty of things to do in Southlake.
So the first con of living in Southlake, Texas is that the cost of living has skyrocketed. In fact, when I'm pulling up the median home price right now, it's at $1.3 million, which is actually down from $1.4 at the beginning of this year. Now, listen, I did a video just 3 years ago on the median home price, and it was only $775,000, 67% of an increase just 3 years ago.
The second con is how competitive the schools are here in Southlake. Now, I know we mentioned how great they are, but with that comes competition. We're at the Southlake Carroll Stadium, and kids can grow up playing football, they go on to play college and even pro, but again, the competition's high, as well as with academics and other extracurricular activities as well.
So the third con is that there's not a lot of new construction here in Southlake. It's almost fully developed, and so there are very few like parcels left to purchase and build. We are in one right now that they are currently building in. Beautiful neighborhood. Just know that if you want a new construction home, you're probably looking at least the $2 million price point.
The fourth con, especially with that fully developed concept in mind, is that traffic can get congested. Now, I would have to say it's not as bad as other parts of the Metroplex, but during rush hour, as well as when there are events going on in the Southlake Town Square, this 1709, which is behind me, can get pretty backed up. We are also very close to 114, which is, again, most of the time it's not too bad, but I would say just at that 7:30 a.m. or 5 o'clock p.m. timeline that it gets a little backed up on 114. The fifth con is the lack of nightlife. Now, I'm in bed by 10 p.m., but if you like to stay up on the weekends, there's not a whole lot to do here in Southlake, Texas.
had no problem with it. I liked it a lot. I mean, I had a blast. So, and I know I have one brother still in high school, and he's having a great time too, and getting ready for college this year, being a senior. So my last thought, I guess, is just that if you can do it, because it's worth it, and it's awesome, and I love it.
If you are looking at moving to Southlake or any of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, please click on the link below and fill out the questionnaire to schedule your one-on-one Zoom consultation to help you find your dream home.